Hello there, and welcome to day number 55 on the road to 2000 ELO Rapid Series. As you can see, we are now officially 1800 ELO. It looks like we're playing against the French defense, and I'm gonna go with I believe the Tarash, I think, which is knight d2. All I know is I play knight d2. I don't need to know the names of my openings. And here, I mean, I can trade. I don't really want to. I can't really play bishop here because then I lose the pawn, but I mean, I guess I technically can because there's a little trap here where if queen takes, bishop check. So we're indirectly defending the pawn, and then afterwards I can always go knight f3. It's going to be very, very surprising if my opponent falls for a trap like this early in the game, but you never know. And so now we just develop the knight to f3. Doesn't hurt to play for traps sometimes. It's also a natural square for my bishop. We're defending the pawn. Makes a lot of sense. Um, and I think we can go... Well, we can't go for the same trap now, because essentially knight takes, knight takes. We can, I guess. So we can just castle, and then maybe afterwards I'll play bishop e3. I don't really know if this is theory, by the way. I'm just trying to make sure everything's defended, make sure my moves all make sense. And I think so far they do. So essentially the idea is knight takes. Knight takes, queen can't take because of the same bishop check. If they castle, I'm just going to play bishop e3, or I can play c3. I think maybe I prefer c3. Slot the bishop back on c2, play queen e2, get my rooks on the d file and e file. And it looks like we're getting into a normal game of chess. I am playing with the white pieces, so I should try to get a little bit more initiative. Maybe I could play... Hmm. Is my bishop? Where's my bishop best? That's a good question, actually. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about this. It is a rapid game. I've got plenty of time. I hope you're all doing well. I did officially hit 1800 in yesterday's game, and so I'm planning on doing a recap YouTube video. Not necessarily a recap, but more so um, a sort of a detailed explanation on what exactly I've done in order to hit this new rating peak of 1800. If you're interested in a video like that, please do consider subscribing to the channel. I'm hoping to release that when I hit 500 subscribers as a little celebration. So yeah, just a heads up. Okay, let's see if we can play c4 here. Should we play more calmly? Um, hmm. What's my plan? What's my plan of attack? If I play c4, it would probably have to necessitate d5, which I can't play right now. Could I try to facilitate d5 as a move? Maybe, but maybe it makes more sense to just play calmly, play c3, go back to c2, b3 with the bishop, or maybe just directly c4 with the bishop and try to play d5 that way. Because then d5 would be playable. I would have to trade off these knights, though. It's the one little caveat. So maybe I can play rook e1 first, if I want to just keep the tension on the board, and then play bishop c4. I think that's going to be my plan. Um, I don't know where I want to commit this bishop to just yet. Okay, he's taking. All right, well, plans change. Maybe they just didn't like the constant tension with my knight. I assume castles is coming, but I mean, maybe they'll want to castle queenside because of this bishop being like a long-range sniper. Um, I could already play like queen c2, maybe. See, do I have a better move? Are there any weaknesses that I can exploit? I'm curious between queen d3 and queen c2. What's the better move? I think I'm going to play one of those two moves. I'm not sure which one's better. Um, Maybe I'll play queen d3. It opens up the possibility of doubling my rooks behind the queen and creating this sort of big attack. Can this be exploited at all? I don't think so. I mean, oh, maybe that gets on the same diagonal as my rook, though, so maybe that gets scary. Let's play queen c2. It's a calm move. But after bishop f4, I'm able to bring my rooks on the d file and e file and complete my development. And then we can start pushing pawns. Okay, well, that's a free pawn. No, it's not, because then here, takes, check. Hmm. It's tempting to go for it, I'm not going to lie. Also, what's that queen doing there? They want a castle queenside. They want a castle queenside. I wonder... Okay, let me play rook e1. And I'm going to try to play for d5. d5, idea being takes. So here d5. If pawn takes, bishop takes, and then the queen's under attack. I wonder if I can make this move better. I mean, it's playable right now, right? I think so. Opposite side castling means we're going to get into a little bit of a fight. I kind of dig it. I'm down for a fight. And the knight being able to guard the rook is very important here. I probably should play like bishop f4 at some point, especially now that my opponent castled on the queen side. You know, have the bishop targeting the king. I am a little cold, I just realized. Oh my goodness. Wow, I'm shaking. It is very early morning here in Singapore. I have a game at 9 a.m., so it's currently like 5 a.m. right now. And yeah, round two and three of my tournament are today. My over the board tournament. Um, okay, so here there's takes. So maybe I should go knight takes, bishop takes, pawn takes. I mean, I'll definitely play knight takes because this comes with check. Actually, do I have to play knight takes? I don't think so. I don't think so. Knight takes, bishop takes, and I'm fine, I think. Let's just develop our bishop. So here, knight takes, pawn up, maybe. I can leave my bishop there, though. Should I bring my bishop here? It's a better square for it. Let's go here. Let's go this way. Maybe I'm missing a move. Okay. Sure. Okay. Let's add up the threat. So queen here, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop takes, rook takes. I don't have to go queen there, but I'm thinking it might be a nice move. Maybe we'll go this way. Maybe we'll go queen b3. And then d6 looks really dangerous. Let's do this. The idea being they can't take because they lose a queen, right? And if they don't move their queen, d6 attacks the queen and threatens checkmate in the same move. I'm sure they'll see it. It's a pretty obvious consequence of playing queen b3, but it's a nice move. It's not easy to deal with, I think. And I'm probably winning this pawn. I'm probably winning this pawn. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they play here. Okay. Yeah, but then don't I have this? That looks really good. Okay, let's try it. I don't see a downside. Maybe I'm hunting a little too much, but I mean, this looks really good for me. I'm starting to not see it. Oh, this is a defense. Here first, then this. Hmm. Let's go rook d1. Rook a1, trying to play this. I have to keep my bishop in mind. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Here, okay, let's play here, Queen takes is not possible. I want to play this, but then they have this. Hmm. Okay, let's just try to win the pawn. He can take now. I can take. And I mean, I think I'm better in this endgame just because of the activity of my rook. And also of all my pieces. Uh, so we'll go bishop takes. I'm down on time quite a bit. Gotta speed up. But I'm in a much better position, I think. I think I'm making all the threats in the position. I don't think my opponent is. I don't see anything that my opponent has here. Everything's super well defended. I'm up a pawn. I'm threatening to trade pieces off here and get my rooks active. Not just active, but in enemy territory. Yeah, this looks really good. I mean, as long as I don't play something like this, and even that wouldn't be terrible. I mean, it would be bad. It would be bad here because after pawn takes, I mean, rook takes, and then there's no promotion threat really. But but I mean, like, it's hard for me to really mess this up, I guess is what I'm trying to say. At least from what I can tell. Okay, so we're going for this. Wow. All right, let's go rookie one. Rook de1. If they kick me out, I'm just going to go here. I don't really care about this pawn. We should be in a better endgame. Do I care about this pawn? Hold on. Maybe I should. I don't think so. Let's go here. Yep. We'll play g3. Go after these. He's going to go after these. I think I'm just faster. Okay, he's not going after those. But at the same time, I mean, I feel like this is a mistake by him. We'll play f4. We'll play king f2. King f3. Or maybe even here. H4. And if he goes this way, I have this. He can't go here because I have takes. Okay. Do I go here? It's a little scary. But, I mean, he has no real way of bringing his rook out. So, he goes here, I go here. Doesn't do anything. I mean, I could totally see myself losing this like an idiot. Just knowing me, man. Just knowing me, it's possible. Entirely. Okay. Here. And then he has this square, and then he can't really come out. Let's go for this. He's going to go this way. I'm going to go king f3. He's going to have to come out like there. Whoa. Here. I guess technically both our rooks are kind of immobile in a way. But like he can't ever hit mine without bringing his rook out. So wow, really wants his rook active, huh? Okay, I'm not complaining. Let's go here, and he can't defend this pawn anymore. And I should just be better here. Okay. And now he has no way to attack any of my pawns after a3. I don't know where he goes. Here, maybe? I'm just going to go rook f5. Oh, wow. Really? I mean, that's just bad, isn't it? Just going to get him in Zugzwang. Okay. I mean, I must be winning here. Yeah, I can just win this way. All right. GG's. Good win. I gotta work on my end games, because, like, I don't know. I played that relatively well, but at the same time, probably smoother way to convert. I'm happy with how I played. I feel like I had some fun ideas that game, and that ultimately led me to winning. Being able to plan some attacking ideas, being able to coordinate my pieces. I don't think I made any big mistakes. Engine says I made one mistake. We'll see what it means. But let's take a look at the analysis, and we are now 1808. Let's go. All right, so the game started with e4, e6. I'm so used to saying e4, e5, sorry. e4, e6, d4, d5. This is the French defense. And I played knight d2, and this is the Tarrasch variation of the French defense. The idea is that after pawn takes, knight takes, and you have the knight with solid control of the center. And after knight f6, which is the book move, apparently, I don't have to take. Apparently, taking is good for me, but I decided instead to just develop my bishop. And this is the Rubinstein variation of the French defense. I'm saying whatever chess.com is saying. I don't actually know this stuff off the top of my head. Afterwards, when they develop the bishop onto e7, I can just play knight f3. It looks like I'm hanging. Oh, wait, actually, sorry. Let me clarify. It looks like I'm hanging a pawn here. This would be a huge blunder because of bishop b5 check, which is a discovered attack on the queen. So your pawn is still defended on d4 indirectly. And after bishop e7, I play a knight f3 here, just developing, preparing a castle. And here they already make a mistake with knight c6. What this mistake is, we'll see. Castles, bishop d7, and already, I guess after c3, which is on the right move, the engine just doesn't like black's position very much. I mean, if you look at it, black's pieces are all very restricted. I mean, these bishops are not doing anything right now. The rooks and queens are stuck fully in the back. I have an active queen. I have active bishops. I have active knights. Plus 1.3 is pretty strong. Look really, really good out of the opening. I wouldn't be able to estimate that much, but I feel like it's not a stretch to just immediately say off intuition, white is looking better here. And white is looking better if for a couple of reasons. And here they trade the knights, trying to open up their bishop, I assume. And that's the idea, bishop f6. And here I play queen c2. I was debating between queen c2 and queen d3. Queen d3 is apparently better. Rook e1 right away is also good. b4 is also good, just going for the queen side expansion. Instead, I play queen c2. I'm targeting the pawn on h7, just connecting my rooks after a couple moves. I was thinking about maybe taking here. I don't think this is good. Yeah, g6. And then takes, queen takes, and I mean, it's not great because you can just block and I don't have any real compensation besides the pawns. And you don't want to go down a piece for 3 pawns. I mean, that's not preferable. So I didn't take, which I'm glad. They played queen e7, and now the queen becomes a target facing the king. So you go rook e1 here. After castles, I was already thinking of playing d5, and I think I did play it here. Apparently, I should wait on that move. Playing b4 just fully restricts the knight's space. If you look after b4, um, and b5, you can draw the knight away from the defense of this pawn on a7, and you can get your queen in as well. So like b4, b5, queen a4 looks promising. Or maybe even queen b3 instead and eyeing this square. Um, so yeah, d5 early. And this is a mistake because after e takes, bishop takes, I mean, black is has a little more space to work with for their pieces. So the knight steps onto e5. I don't trade. I can trade. Instead, I play bishop f4, which the engine says is an inaccuracy, but I mean, it looks like it's the best move, at least according to early depth in the engine. Chess is weird, man. So bishop f4, which I think is a good move. Knight takes, bishop takes, and e5 is definitely a mistake here. I can play c4. I instead try to go for this clever little nifty move, queen b3. The idea being that if, well, first of all, the pawn can never take the bishop, because then the rook takes the queen. And if you play something like, I don't know, this, for example, d6 is beautiful. It's just a really, really nice move. Yeah, that was the underlying threat. I mean, they're not going to miss that at this level. They instead go b6, stopping mating ideas here. And I played queen c4. Instead, I should just solidify my pawn on d5 by playing c4. And here I just allow my opponent to have too much time to stop my threats. I wanted to go queen a6, that was my idea, but now bishop d6, d8 is a nice way to counter that. Here instead I just decided to go rook d1. It's an inaccuracy, but white is still better. I mean, I'm not losing my advantage in any way. Engine prefers bishop e3, rerouting my pieces to the attack on the king, now that it's stepped further to the edge of the board. So rook d1 instead, bishop back, queen e4. So if they don't go bishop here, then this becomes a threat, because then here's mate. So a lot of ideas, but of course they're gonna not fall for that. The best move is e takes f4. Oh, so this is actually good for them. I thought this was still fine for me, but this is technically higher drawing possibilities. Just play rook hf8. Pawns are defended. And I mean, I guess it's not obvious to win. What if like rook d4, g5, here. Okay, yeah, interesting. Well, they didn't like that. Same as me. So instead they played bishop b7, and we're just going to convert the advantage by taking the pawn in the center of the board and realizing you're much better here. This is an inaccuracy, really? What's wrong with rook here? What should I play? Rook e1. Why? I don't get it. I thought this was fine for me. Okay, instead of g3, and this is something I gotta work on, because here I realized that maybe I wasn't as good as I thought. h4 is nice. h4 is really nice. You can't come to the defense of this pawn. You also cannot attack the pawn because of this square. That's really clever. Oh, it's a nice move. And if they play rook h5, I guess you can you just play g3? Yeah, you can. You can just play g3. Rook takes g7 is apparently better, but you can just play g3. Because what are they going to do? Oh, g6. Oh, okay, maybe not. All right, well, let's see how this works then. So rook takes, rook takes. Rook f7, of course. Probably rook h6. And now what? Let's say g3. The engine wants a4, but like, I guess, yeah, cut off the possibilities for your opponent. Nothing wrong with that. a4. Say they play a5. cutting off your own possibilities. Now G3. I guess eventually they run out of moves. Um, so we're going to keep playing some engine lines. Sorry if it's a little boring. I do want to understand this though. Yeah, B5. I mean, looks not great. I don't even have to take. Ooh, King G2. Ideally, I guess the goal is to get your opponent in Zugzwang. The goal is to make your opponent not have a move that doesn't lose them a pawn. So you don't want to take, you want to block in. So like if they ever take, you just take back. This pawn can't move forward. They have to eventually play something like this. You eventually play something like this, and then they just run out of moves. They just run out of moves, and let you take one of the pawns. And if they ever, move their king instead, so let's say they move their king to c8, you just play rook a7. It's nice. It's very nice. Okay, obviously we didn't go into all that. I instead played g3, just creating some love for my king. And they messed up here. So their drawing chances were playing rook d2, which I saw, but I thought that I'd still be winning. I thought this would still be winning for me. Maybe that's naive. H4, a5, and becomes a pawn race. I would just keep pushing. Is that a mistake? King b7. Okay, rook e2. Let's play rook e2. That makes more sense. What do I do here? Here? Rook e8. Here? You're telling me this is a draw? How is this a draw? In what world is this a draw? What? Okay, now I guess. Wow. Wow. Yeah, chess is a hard game. Okay. Duly noted. That's something I gotta work on. I gotta work on endgames. Wow. But yeah, anyways, my opponent made a mistake, and I eventually realized that pretty much had no room to work with. Apparently here I'm supposed to go king g2, king f3. I don't really see the point. I felt like here, yeah, they have rook g4, and then I just... why'd I go king f3 here? Not let it take the e-file, I guess. King f3. And, I mean, if they go away anywhere, say here, I can just play a3, and then I just win this pawn. Or I win this pawn. I just didn't see a way of keeping the material on the board. But I guess here it's fine for them. b5. Say b3. a5. Say a3. Is this losing? This is losing. Wow. Complicated. Okay. I'm gonna do some studying off screen, but maybe let me know in chat if you want me to do an endgame study as a video one day, because I do need to study my endgames. I feel like it'd be nice to summarize a lot of the concepts I will learn in a video. I feel like that's helpful for me. If that's something you'd be interested in watching, let me know in chat, or in the comments, I should say. I'm too used to streaming. And perhaps that is a video I'll work on in the future. Because I love trying to understand what's going on in games. It's very complicated. Maybe I should read some Dvoretsky. Anyways, they make a mistake here. Let me take en passant, and just got to realize that you can't defend the pawn on h5 anymore. And that is just a free pawn. You play 3, not letting any counterplay, and just trade. And this endgame is completely winning. We did a good job here, no inaccuracies. And yeah, I mean, opponent has to resign, and that is 1808 in the books. Moving on up. We're not stopping anytime soon. It's really, really, really surprising to me how fast I've been improving, but I'm not complaining at all. And let's see if we can keep the wins going in future videos. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support I've gotten so far. And if you like these videos, please do consider actually clicking like on the videos. It helps a lot with showing it to more people and growing the channel. And also, please subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate it a lot. And just a reminder, when I hit 500 subscribers, I will be doing a video detailing my own growth journey and exactly what I've done in terms of both my chess and outside of chess in order to improve on the board and gain over 200 elo in less than 2 months. If that's something you're interested in, please do consider subscribing to the channel. Um, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Have a good day. Goodbye.